Type man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
All right, looking for a job recruiter, somebody can help you find a job. National Job Recruiter, King Kwame Services. They got you, all right? For $100, you can get a cover letter, resume, reference page, job application, scheduling of interviews. Anyone 16 and up, and they're going to get you a job for sure, okay? So they work one-on-one with you to make sure you find employment, whether you're new to the job market or you're changing careers. You can find them at kingkwameservices@gmail.com, King Kwame Services on Instagram, kingkwameservices.com, or 917-960-9806. So looking for a job, hit them up. Information description. All right, Alexander Usyk says could be heading over to MMA, to UFC. Dana White reached out. But first, let's talk about Terrence Crawford. He critiqued Virgil Ortiz, and somebody told me that Robert Garcia said on, I think he said Ellie Saback channel, ES News, that he said Virgil Ortiz got a few more fights till he's ready for Terrence Crawford. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. We talk a little bit more about Crawford at the end. And Keith Heidig wrote the article, and it goes, Virgil unboxing scene. Virgil Ortiz impressed Terrence Crawford on Saturday night. Ortiz overcame some adversity in a difficult fight against one of Crawford's stablemates and against Maurice Hooker. The 22-year-old Ortiz 7th-round technical knockout victory over the former WBO junior welterweight champion is the most noteworthy win in nearly a 5-year as pro. Okay, Ortiz 17-0, 17 knockouts, sent Hooker to the canvas twice, once apiece in the 6th round. In the 7th round, Hooker 27-2 318, a Dallas native, lost by technical. We know all this, okay. The 33-year-old Crawford still noticed numerous flaws in Ortiz's game that convinced the 3-division champion that Ortiz isn't quite ready for someone as great as him just yet. The unbeaten WBO welterweight champ broke down what he witnessed Saturday night at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas, during an interview with Akin Barak show, which streams weekly on the Zone and Sirius XM. I think Hooker should have used more upper body movement, Crawford said. He was getting hit with too many jabs and too many clean shots pulling out. And also, he was standing too tall, getting hit with some body shots that hurt him and made him take a knee. But honestly, I seen Maurice hurt Virgil. You know what I mean? When you look at Virgil after the fight, he all busted up and stuff. Quote, granted, the little kid, what I mean, he's talented. But what I mean, I seen a lot of holes in his game with the fight. If me and him was to fight, it would be exploited. And that's when a lot of fans would say, oh, you beat this guy that wasn't this, and you beat this guy without that. So I'm just like, man, he's not ready yet, and give him time and let him grow. And to be honest, yeah, he's 22 years old. He's 23 today, I believe. He's 23 today, so let me double check that. I think he's 23 today. Yeah, 23 today, March 25th, 1998. So, happy birthday to Virgil Ortiz, of course. And somebody said, Robert Garcia said the same thing. Somebody that's as talented and that's this multiverse as Errol Spence. So, it's Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. He shouldn't have to go out there and fight that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's not ready for that. And, Crawford at 22 years old would be ready for Errol Spence at 30 or him at 33. So, he need more time to grow. He gonna get better. He got a great trainer, Robert Garcia. Just got to keep his head off the line a little bit. And just, learn to keep stepping over a little bit early. He could have kept turning Maurice Hooker early, and he probably could have got an earlier stoppage. But he got hand speed. He got power. His feet is okay. He's pretty good. There's some things he got to learn to clean up. Head still in line. How about you just step over? And sometimes when he kept getting hit too much, he did pick his hand up and he did move his head a little bit more. So it's just time. Oscar De La Hoya just, Goldenboy not doing good right now. So they just looking to make a star. But they ain't looking to put Rashidi Ellis in there. They don't want no black star. You shouldn't sign with Goldenboy. And that's why James the Beast Wilson left. They weren't doing nothing with him. They just signed black fighters just to say we ain't racist or just to hold their career up. But of course he's not ready. And of course Terrence Crawford ain't lying. He said Maurice Hooker stood too tall and didn't have enough upper body movement. And, you Usually tall fighters don't have as much movement. Usually they height and they reach as their movement. And just sticking and, you know, he did, you know, when you tall, you supposed to stand tall with your 10 chuck and, you know, ain't too many tall fighters got that upper body move. You got Tyson Fury, you got a few other guys out there. But they ain't Maurice Hooker. You know, but still tremendous effort by both fighters. It's a huge step in the right direction for Hooker. You know, Hooker's resume is more impressive than Jaron Ennis. Let's be real. You know. But the eye test Ennis got, and we see what he do versus Lipinets, because Lipinets is a better 147-pounder. And he won the title at 140. But then with Ennis, you know, Ennis got a better matchup because we all know Lipinets can't handle movement. You know, and I like to see one of these dudes fight Custio Clay next. Jamal James, and Ivor Region, he got a fight coming up that he just made. Ivor Region got a big win. Rashidi Ellis, that'll be a good fight. You know, Amir Khan want to hang around, see if they can knock him out. You know, we know they won't get Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, or Ugas if he win, Earl Spence if he win, Terrence Crawford if he win his next fight, Sean Porter. He won't get those guys. But Kai Velasquez, they might get him. Bruce Putin, they might get him. So there's some guys out there that they can do and keep busy. But Jaron Ennis, like I said before, he doesn't have a major promoter. So it's gonna be hard for him to get those fights. So maybe they closing on signing him to PBC with them giving up Lipinets, or maybe they look at Lipinets fight with Custio Clayton and say, he ain't that good, no way. We ain't got no plans for him. So you can see that happening. But, you know, a lot of these young guys don't want to wait their turn. And that's how you get Fernando Vargas. A lot of these dudes don't want to wait their turn. You know, they see, you know, Devin Haney getting the title. They see Teofimo Lopez becoming undisputed. You know, and everybody want to rush. And that's how you rush and get messed up. Or you rushing, you know, you rush too quick and you lose. But yeah, you know, Virgil Ortiz and Ennis didn't take their time. You know, these old dudes going to have to move up, or they're going to lose to somebody, or have to fight each other and move on. It'll be our division. In the fight that I think most people that moved on is Ennis and Ortiz is the fight to make. Then you got Conor being there, Rashidi Ellis. You got Josh Taylor Ramirez moving up. Excuse me, Regis Prograis to be moving up. So it'll be Custio Clayton still there, Kai Velasquez still there. The division, I think, with dudes not, you know, with these dudes being so young, I think they're going to make fights. I think with Ennis and, you know, Ortiz looking to go to 54, big enough to go to 54 early, I think you're going to see a lot of these dudes fight. And they might fight 2 or 3 times at 2 or 3 different weight classes. And I think, you know, that's what we want to see. I think that those dudes are going to fight more. You know, it depends on who Ennis sign with and who Ennis go with. But I think Ortiz is the fight people want to look at. And you got Taylor moving up, and then Sean talking about, well, Sean Porter will beat up Josh Taylor. I got Josh Taylor moving up, beating Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? It won't be easy, though. We ain't going to play Sean like no hoe. But Sean bound to get in trouble in the fight because he's standing in a weight class that he shouldn't be at. But, yeah, I think we moving on and looking at, you know, most of us, even though we're still talking about Crawford and Spence, we think moving on with Ennis Ortiz and looking at that fight. And also we got Jose Ramirez taking on Josh Taylor, and I plan to be in Vegas that week in that fight. But you know, it is what it is. But Alexander Usyk recently Dana White wrote me, if you would like to try myself in UFC, I'll probably send an offer already. So I have many options for what to do. I'm not going to sit still and wait for Joshua and Fury to fight. I'll find someone to box. So, you know, and also you got a situation where Eddie Hearn revealed there's still an outside chance that AJ and Fury could take place at Wembley Stadium after all, if full capacity crowds if possible by July. There are some conversations going on with the government to see it's an option. I don't think so. Tyson Fury said he's done fighting in the UK. But, I mean, they say Usyk a kickboxer. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if kickboxing got a box rate. Let's see. I don't know. They don't say nothing about him being a kickboxer. So, I mean, but if he, I mean, that's going to be tough. Because you got no wrestling, you got no grappling. As long as he can stand up, he'll be right and defend against kicks. He'll be all right, but, you know, right now it just seems like he's desperate for, I want to say money before a fight. But him and Joe Joyce supposed to fight, and it don't sound like negotiation with Joe Joyce going too good. I think he sent an offer that said Joe Joyce sent the offer that said that was beneath him. So we had to see, man. But be interesting to see if he go to the UFC and do some damage. If he can stand up and defend kicks, ain't nobody gonna be able to kick. Ain't nobody gonna be able to fade him standing up. But it's about when he go to the ground. You know, do he got the wrestling background? He probably got wrestling background. Because usually, you know, Ukraine and Cuba make these dudes do multiple sports and see what's good, what they're good at. But I think he tied around. He's sick of tied around, sitting around. He signed Eddie Hearn for the Anthony Joshua fight, and he still didn't get it. And now he's supposed to fight for an interim title versus Joe Joyce, a guy he beat in the World Series of Boxing, and it ain't happening. It ain't happening. And you know, you get sick and tired of the politics. But you know, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response, video requests, all that social media links, description. Fast way reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. Facebook group link there as well too. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate. Share the video. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.